I'm going to try to repair a back trailer door for a double wide trailer. It's a 32-inch door, and the bottom has been destroyed by rot. You can see this is the bottom of the door here, and this is the wood that was in the door. You can see here it's pretty rotten, and along the bottom edge it's all missing. Now, I've been looking at this thing, and one good thing about it is on the left side here is the front, or the side of the door with the lock in it. There is no wood traversing top to bottom. It's a piece of metal channel here. So there's no wood there. There's a cross piece that goes in. This piece is supposed to go in here, and that has to be replaced. And on the right hand side there's a piece that runs up and down from top to bottom, and it looks like it's decayed probably about 8 or 10 inches, but I noticed just above here, right there, is a knot from the factory, and that'll have to be, I'll need to cut this off above there. So I'm going to spend some time repairing this thing. I've got the side piece taken off from the back, exposing the rotted wood here, and there's a knot there from the factory. I think I'm just going to take this whole piece out and change it. I'll have to come up here to the top and take it loose across the top and work from there. I have quite a bit of help here. You can see I see May over there, and a little bit, and Pressure Pup on the right, and Blue is closest to me, the big black dog. These 4 dogs are assisting me today. Okay, I'm at the top corner of this door, and the top piece is fine. This side piece is the one I'm going to replace, and it looks as if it's had a couple of big staples in it I'm going to have to take out, which I'll do with this screwdriver. I hope I don't have to go get a hammer. I should be able to just pull this thing up like that a little bit and get my pliers here, and I'm just going to cut that thing off, because there's no need pulling it out if I'm going to replace this board. And I'll get the other one loose here. And looks like there's one on the other side too. Pull them out to keep from gouging me. Yeah, there's 2 on the bottom as well. These side cutters are very good at pulling out wire nails. And there's the piece I'm going to replace. You can see here where it's rotted. This down here. This door is pretty bad shape for it being usable, so if my repair job is not adequate, I can always trash it and buy a new one. The new doors are close to $300, so I think I'll see if I can't fix this one today. So I'm going to go get the table saw out and find me some 2x4s, if I can find a piece, a treated 2x4, and saw out a piece to replace this. I'll need 2 pieces of wood, so I'll be doing that on the table saw, and I'll bring the 2 pieces of wood back later. I'm cutting out the bottom piece for this trailer door repair. The top piece measured 31 1/4 inches. I'm going to measure this 31 1/4 and mark it. And I'm going to mark it so that the 31 1/4 is on the outside or inside of the pencil line. These little tri-squares are really nice to have. And I'll square that up, and then I'll turn this 90 degrees and square the other side. Now, since this is such a small piece, I'm not going to use a big electric saw on it. I'm going to use the old standby little hand saw. Now, when I saw this, I'm going to set the saw so that it saws out the line. That will leave me 31 1/4. Now, if you want to look at a handsaw and figure out the best way to start it, I can show you what I do. Is I take my thumb and lay it down like that, right along the edge, and lay the saw against it. Now, don't put your thumb down too far, or you'll be into the teeth. You want to lay it up just a little bit, just enough to square it up. And when you take the handsaw, what I normally do is pull it to me. That's better than pushing. I think pulling it to me gives me better control. So I'm not going to put a lot of pressure. I'm just going to rake the saw across the marked line. And that gets me a start. And then as I start cutting, I'm going to push the saw very gently, not a long way, just a really short cuts to start with, like that. And I'm going to let the saw do the cutting. I'm not going to put pressure on it, because if you put pressure on it, you'll either bend the saw or you'll bind the saw in the wood. So just let the saw do the cutting, pull it backwards and forward. Now, if you'll notice a minute ago, I put a line across the top and the bottom. When you're sawing with a handsaw, it's easy to get off track, and you saw so that the end piece is not square. So now that I've got this piece started here, I can run the saw across the top on that line. And then I'm going to look down the side. As you can see, I've started it off I'm going to saw down this line. Now when I saw, I should get a decently square cut. Now you can take long rakes of the saw backwards and forwards. Making sure I'm following my line. And I'm still using the thumb, just touching it just to guide. Now my saw has left the bottom of the board here. I'm going to change the angle so that I cut back here in the back more. And then you can see the wood starting to shake. In order to keep it from slabbing out at the end, you can hold to it and just back now working on the top of the door. I've got this side piece in and the bottom piece in. And I use whatever screws I have. I usually try to keep a supply of screws and nails and whatnot, hardware to work with. I used these screws. I don't know how well you can see that. That's about a 2.5 inch stainless steel screw, the deck screw. That way I won't have a problem with it rusting. So I put 2 in each corner to tie these together. And I've got the piece on top the metal trim top of the door. I've got it in place and took the hammer and pecked it so that the corners lined up over here, and I left my drill over on the other side. And went in and got some new screws. I hope this drill bit will fit them. Yeah, okay. Now these screws have a special head on them. They should cut through metal, so I shouldn't have to take a drill and drill a pilot hole in the metal. I am going to change the holes where the screws go in from the ones I took out, because when the original screws were in the wood, they have created a void inside the wood, so when I put a fresh screw in, it doesn't have any fresh wood to spline into, so I'll try to put these in a new hole. Not too tight, just snug. It's easy to take these drills and warp the aluminum. So I guess they make some things that have slip, that will slip, but I don't have such a tool. This drill could be made got that piece in. Be like me to put it on the wrong side out. Old screw. Anyway. Screws. Pretty rusty. That lines up like that. Okay. Now this metal is a pain to get splined back on. What I try to do is take my fingers and feel the bottom, and this top is getting too hot to touch. I've lost my shade. Move the sawhorse over, son. screw up here when that comes back off. It may not work, but that's what I'm going to do. Feels like it. Good to go. A couple screws in it. Hold it. Use some of the old ones that were good. Okay, I think that's got that piece in. Now I need to get the bottom piece back together. And I'll put it on the same way I did the other piece and put screws in it. I'm going to have to put it in the shade and let it cool off. It's too hot to touch. So. Well, I've got the door finished now. Just need to clean it up. Got the bottom piece that was in here is replaced, and side piece that went down on the back side replaced. Good as factory.